Hello, everyone. My name is Prajwal, and today I'm presenting my project on eco-friendly practices in Indian traditions and zero-waste lifestyle. This project was conducted under the guidance of Professor Hemawati Biradar. This slide explains that the idea of sustainability and eco-friendly living was already present in traditional Indian culture long before modern environmental movements began. The image of food served on banana leaves represents the traditional practice of using natural and biodegradable materials instead of plastic or disposable items. The recycle symbol highlights concepts like reuse and zero waste, showing that Indian traditions naturally promoted environmental conservation, resource reuse, and sustainable living practices for many centuries. This slide explains the main objectives of the project by focusing on understanding traditional Indian eco-friendly practices. The study section highlights observing and documenting sustainable habits followed in daily Indian life, while the identify section focuses on recognizing zero-waste practices, natural material usage, and reuse culture. The analyze section emphasizes evaluating how these ancient traditions can help solve modern environmental problems and promote a more sustainable future. This slide explains the field study process carried out for the project by collecting observations and geotag data from three important locations: the local vegetable market, the temple environment, and traditional households. These places were selected to study eco-friendly practices such as the use of natural materials, reusable household items, and waste-free cultural habits. The slide highlights how traditional Indian lifestyles in different environments continue to support sustainability and environmental conservation. This slide explains that traditional local markets promote environmentally friendly practices by using biodegradable and reusable packaging instead of single-use plastics. Customers carry durable jute or cloth bags, while vendors wrap vegetables and other perishables in reused newspapers, reducing waste and encouraging recycling. The market system naturally supports sustainability through minimal packaging, reuse of materials, and eco-friendly alternatives, showing how traditional shopping methods help protect the environment and reduce plastic pollution. This slide explains how traditional devotional practices are designed to be environmentally sustainable and free from ecological harm. Rituals use completely natural and biodegradable materials such as fresh flowers, banana leaves, and earthen oil lamps, diyas, made from clay and natural oils. Banana leaves are used as ritual plates because they decompose within a few weeks, unlike modern thermocol plates that can take hundreds of years to degrade. The slide highlights that traditional religious practices naturally promote eco-friendly living by using organic materials that safely return to the environment without causing pollution. This slide explains that traditional households follow a strong culture of reuse and sustainability in everyday life. Instead of using disposable plastic items, families store materials in durable steel containers, reuse glass jars for spices and storage, and convert old clothes into cleaning cloths rather than discarding them. The slide highlights how Indian households maximize the usefulness of items before disposal, creating an eco-friendly lifestyle that reduces waste and encourages resource conservation through continuous reuse and repurposing. This slide explains the three main pillars of traditional living that naturally support sustainability. The first pillar is the mindset of reuse, where materials are viewed as having multiple purposes instead of being discarded quickly. The second pillar is biodegradable preference, which emphasizes the use of natural materials like leaves, clay, and cotton instead of synthetic products. The third pillar is plastic independence, where traditional systems of carrying, storing, and serving items function effectively without single-use plastics. Together, these practices show that sustainability is not an extra effort in traditional lifestyles, but a natural and integrated way of living. This slide compares traditional practices with modern convenience-based practices to show their environmental impact. Traditional methods such as using cloth and jute bags, natural leaf plates, and reusable steel containers are more sustainable because they are biodegradable, reusable, and free from harmful chemicals. In contrast, modern practices rely heavily on single-use plastics and thermocol products, which create long-lasting waste and pollution. The slide highlights that traditional lifestyles reduce microplastic pollution, avoid toxic landfill waste, and promote long-term environmental sustainability in everyday life. This slide explains how traditional living follows a closed-loop cultural ecosystem, where materials are continuously reused and naturally returned to the environment. In the first phase, goods are collected from markets using reusable cloth bags and organic materials. In the second phase, temples and rituals use biodegradable items like leaves, flowers, and clay without creating synthetic waste. In the third phase, durable materials such as steel, glass, and cloth are repeatedly reused in households. Finally, in the fourth phase, organic waste decomposes back into the soil, completing a sustainable cycle that minimizes pollution and supports environmental balance. This slide highlights traditional sustainable practices observed in Vijayapura that promote minimalism, reuse, and community welfare. The use of sacred ash, vibhuti, symbolizes spiritual sustainability and encourages simple, non-materialistic living with reduced consumption. The Wall of Kindness demonstrates a community-driven sharing system where reusable items are redistributed to people in need, supporting social sustainability and reducing waste. The reuse of traditional objects and coins reflects the cultural importance of resource conservation, showing how creativity and traditional values help minimize waste and encourage sustainable living practices. This slide showcases geotagged photographs taken during the research survey in Vijayapura to provide real-world evidence of traditional and sustainable practices observed in the community. The images capture local markets, traditional handicrafts, community sharing spaces like the Wall of Kindness, and interactions with local people. Each photo includes location and time details, which authenticate the field study and demonstrate that the observations were directly recorded from specific places in Vijayapura. The slide highlights how traditional culture, reuse practices, and local community systems continue to support sustainability and resource conservation in everyday life. So, from this activity, we are realized that the traditional practices are the solutions for modern problems. So, thank you everyone. Hope you liked our video. Please like, share, and subscribe. God bless.